Pablo, we just finished reviewing this wonderful film, but we know that there's no such thing as a perfect film. So what is the one thing, the only thing that you would change?
The opening sequence is so abrupt and quick.
Wait, sit here. Sit Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
Which is very strange to me because they had the opportunity to kind of one-up the only good thing about 28 Weeks Later, which is that opening sequence. You can always go back to it, and it's self-contained as such a good scene that, you know, it's the only redeeming quality of that film.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought from the opening shot that they were about to nail it. They start with the Teletubbies, and you've got the camera fixated on the children who obviously know something's happening, but they don't know what, and they're like on the verge of losing their shit. Instead, it just like, it progresses so quickly that the house is overrun. And Jimmy gets out of that house, makes his way out to the nearby chapel, I guess it is, that they just have like a church near their home, where we find out that his father is the priest.
For this is a glorious day, a day of judgment.
That the infected are the harbingers of that, and they've come to take him to ascend. And he's totally about it.
My children!
This whole scene lasts like 5 minutes max. Like, I mean, please fact check me on that. You know, our viewers, let me know like how long that scene actually is, because I didn't time it. But the opening sequence for 28 Weeks Later, I did time, and that's 10 minutes and 43 seconds long. It feels longer because of just how,
it does,
you know, robust that scene is and how much happens in it. This, you've got, you know, Jimmy watching TV with his sisters or cousins and sister. The house gets overrun. He ends up in a church. The church gets overrun. His father is taken by the infected, and Jimmy hides. And that's it. That's the opening scene. It packed into maybe less than 5 minutes. And it just feels like it could have breathed more. They could have done more with it. And it also, like, I was worried after that scene because it felt very cliche to me to have, like, you know, the priest that thinks that these are angels coming for him, and he gives a speech. Like, no, like, why are you going to sit there and give a speech to your son? Your son probably already knows what you think about this. Like, it was a very strange scene to me and could have been better, but the rest of the film made up for it.
It felt rushed in the sense that I wondered if they edited the hell out of it so that we could focus on what could kind of be a couple different movies, if you think about it.
I think you have something there because the film, the runtime of 28 Years Later is almost exactly 2 hours. So I wouldn't be surprised if they cut from that scene just to get more to the story. And, you know, it's not a terribly important thing because it's mainly just something that's used for a callback for Jimmy at the end of the film. I had the theory that, you know, maybe for artistic reasons, they're thinking like, yes, being overrun by the infection would happen that quickly. And it would be like, there's no time to think, there's no time for anything. But then they find time for the priest to give his little like sermon thing. So
I wonder if the other thing too, knowing that there is this movie that's already been shot, The Bone Temple, knowing that we're going to get a lot more Jimmy, did they cut for that reason too?
If they revisit it in the next film and like flesh it out, yeah, okay, then I'm fine.
I could not agree with you more on the part with the priest. That is so cliche.
Oh, you had mentioned off camera about how that's the callback to Jim in the first film.
Yes.
Going into the church because he doesn't know where else to go.
Hello?
That scene is epic.
That's iconic.
Yes.
I did like the visual of the infected bursting through the stained glass windows in 28 Years Later. That was cool.
To me, was a major callback to Mailer in the first film.
They're dead, and you're gonna be next.
We've talked a lot about how this is Spike's coming of age story. And in Act 1, it goes very badly for him. He freezes a lot. He's missing as he's shooting. You just got out of a situation that was near death. Your own dad, who's very experienced, was terrified. You really almost didn't make it. And now you're putting yourself back in this situation. I understand that she has this episode, and that's part of why he's so emotional, that he really wants to get her help. And now his 12-year-old mind, there's a doctor, so he could probably get her a cure. But you've packed maybe 20 arrows and a bag full of apples, and you think you're ready to go back in with your mom, who is not going to be much help. She is not all there. She often doesn't know what year it is. She doesn't know who she's with. It just feels so rushed that this kid would make this decision that quickly and say, okay, I almost just died, but now I'm going to go back with my mom and we're going to make it to this doctor. Everything's going to be fine. By the time he gets to the end of the story, when he brings baby Isla back to the village, it just seems so easy for him then. And I feel like there would have been a lot more bumps. And I got to be honest, Pablo, I don't feel like he would have made it to Dr. Kelson. And I know Eric helped him, and that was a pivotal moment. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure you had around 20 arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. You used them to get to Dr. Kelson. Then you had to get baby Isla back. Where? How did you get enough arrows? Hey, Dr. Kelson, can I have some of those morphine darts?
I don't necessarily disagree, but I do think that it's like the rash decision of a 12-year-old who kind of has had their world crash down because now his father, who was his hero, very much is not now, and he's been lied to. What does he have to lose at that point?
It is absolutely child logic. It just seems so contrived and forced, considering what he just dealt with. If the Alpha had not chased them in the final moments when they were on the causeway, I could have believed it a little bit more.
I wouldn't go back out.
I would think you would have nightmares for years.
It's too soon.
When I was watching Act 1, one of the things that occurred to me is, of course, you want to go in small groups, but I feel like 2 is not enough.
No,
I feel like
not
you
even
need like 4.
We talked about this off camera where it felt very much like, and it's father-son hunting trip. Like, and there's an intended bonding happening there. And I think that's why it's that.
Let's be logical. You want a couple more people. And so that kind of hits my point home that it's him and his mom, who is not trained, who is
actually a burden, like is actually going to hinder him being able to, get her where they need to go.
Look, if Selena had been there from the first movie, she'd been like, you need to ditch her.
Basically.